You guys know who the GOAT is, don't you?
Who?
I'm the GOAT.
I'm the goat.
I'm the goat.
Hey, stop eating stuff, Bob.
Bad. Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Bob.
And I'm Mike.
And this is the Board Game Rundown. And better late than never, we are bringing you our top 5 plays in August.
Finally.
Mike, yeah, finally. We've had a lot of stuff going on. This is a kind of a busy time of year for us with a lot of different kind of things, events, birthdays, and whatnots. So it's been pushed off and pushed back, but we are committed to bringing you the hottest games that we've been playing.
Yeah.
Mike, you had a good point. So what games will this encompass other than just August?
August is right in the middle of Gen Con. So that is the Friday, Saturday, Sunday of Gen Con.
Mm-hmm.
And for those that don't know, we also go to Grand Con in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And this will include all of Grand Con, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, ironically, I mentioned that, but as I looked at my list, I didn't have a single Grand Con play on this list.
Wow.
Also, we're going to release this on the last day of September. So we are barely making the cut of covering games that we played last month.
The previous month by this much.
Yeah. But don't worry, we'll have the
was-
September one out much sooner.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll get better at this. But we've moved studios. We've had 2 of our birthdays. We've had some sickness. Things happen. But here we are, and we're going to talk about our favorite games from August.
Let's do it. So again, I just want to remind everybody, at least for myself, my criteria in these, they don't have to be published games. They can
Correct.
be games, prototypes that I've played, or published games. They can be new, they can be old. It's just the best games that I played last month.
Yep.
Yeah,
Typically, when we do our
It's Tim's chance to go hipster.
Yeah, there you go. Typically, when we do our top 10s, we want them to be published games. So when we're done with them, you can go, ooh, I want that. And then you can go buy it. That's our kind of public service to you, our audience. But when we do our plays or when we do our live show, that sort of goes out the window. What's the funnest thing you played last month? That's the only criteria. So. So you will hear some things that maybe just hit Kickstarter, or we'll hit Kickstarter the day of this video.
Perhaps. Right on. So Mike, you gonna fire off the number counter for us, and I'll go first, then Bob, then you. Is that how we're doing it?
That is how it works.
All
so
right.
I guess we should start with Tim's. I almost screwed up and said
You almost did,
Bob's
too.
number 5. I almost did it.
Yeah.
Dang it. It's Tim's number 5.
All right, my number 5, I'm going to go with unpublished games. Now, I got roasted by a dear friend and arch nemesis for not mentioning this in a highlights of my Gen Con, but in my what will go as unheralded attempts to make good on that, I want to talk about Greek Week from from KB Games. With designed by Eric Bettinger and Nick Leedy. Is that Nick's last name?
Yep. From
Eric and
Kibi
Nick from
Games.
Kibi. Anyway, so in Greek Week, basically, it's a Greek frat house, and not just the letters aren't the only thing that's Greek about this frat house. The Greek gods are going to show up, and they're going to mess up your party. Really, is what they're going to do. They might be pulling people in other rooms. They might be switching rooms around. But you're trying to attract different kinds of students, and get them in different levels so that you could score and do all these different things. But you're going to be dealing with the gods as they kind of mess with that, because you're also drafting rooms, so you're adding different kinds of rooms to the floors and all different kinds of fun scoring and ways you can manipulate it. But at the end of the day, you're still going to have to deal with that chaos. Played this on Lucas Oil Field, I believe, Saturday night at Gen Con.
Yep.
Yeah.
We did.
And had a really good time. Thought it was really good. Cannot wait to see it kind of see what it's going to look like as it continues to get developed and end up in its final form. But yeah, so Greek Week is my number 5.
Unfortunately, it's not published yet, so I don't have anything from BGG to give you as a visual aid. But if you're not aware of who Kibi Games is, stay tuned. Relative Space will be coming to 3WS very soon, and that will put their name on the map, and you'll see why we talk about them all the time.
I mean, there might be, the way that things are going, they might have they've got a couple of signed games. And so Third World may not even be the first one to publish one of their games. We'll see. It just all depends on the market, right? Like,
yeah,
and manufacturing.
And that's not like a knock on any of the companies. Everybody's got a business model that like makes sense for them, right? So they're just trying to honor that and stick to that.
Some of them are really taking it as a day-by-day basis, and one of these publishers might move it up the chopping list. So
I just want good games to come out, and if I gotta wait a little bit, then I'll wait a little bit because I want those companies to stick around and I want to play games from them. So,
indeed.
All right,
it was fun.
So my number 5. Speaking of Greek gods and Gen Con, I smoked Tim and our buddy Chris at Age of Atlantis. I hear that Poseidon statue makes a great first player marker. But Age of Atlantis is fantastic. Kind of like a worker placement, but you're also kind of working together to keep these different armies from coming in and destroying buildings, or it'll make Poseidon mad and he'll flood the whole zone. You get to build these mythics that all have asymmetrical ability. Some are better at fighting, some are better at gathering. But this game's a lot of fun. I was really worried about those wooden dice, but you don't roll them. They're just they're markers. They're your workers.
They're workers. Down as happy. So they're just cubes, Bob. They're just silkscreen cubes.
That's what I said. I thought I was gonna have to roll it. I didn't have to roll it, so it's fine. I'm saying it's fine. It's okay. Don't stand offense. But no, it was totally fun. But it's a even like the base version of this game is super nice. Like I think it looks like it's the one that's there, like where the plastic bits aren't painted. Tim's got the nice painted copy, which gets a little bougie, but still, this game, the way it plays and the asymmetrical factions, you can match the different those two different boards. You can mix and match them, kind of like Scythe style, I would say. And like just the unlocking the workers and getting the techs. I really enjoy this game and I want to play it more.
What I love is that there's at least 2 games this year that not only are in my top 50, but they're probably going to be in my top 25 by the end of the year, just because also kind of like an Ostia sort of thing where like, oh, this is a game I've been able to play a lot more than I thought I would be able to play. Because sometimes some of these like heavier, crunchier, Euro games, it's kind of sometimes they're a little harder to get to the table, but I've not had an issue getting this or Inferno to the table. It's kind of nuts.
It helps that it has one of the best rule books that we've encountered. It's
no doubt.
It's like one big unfoldy page. That's it.
It's so easy to teach.
It's so concise.
Easy to teach.
Yeah.
Sorry. Love this game. Glad it's on the list. You talking about it allows me to talk about a different game now. So thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, speaking of a game that has made the list multiple times this year, this is the game that I just simply cannot stop playing. Any group, doesn't matter. Everybody loves Edo. I cannot get enough of this game. This has really become like the perfect party game because every group you play this with plays a little bit differently, and you're going to learn something about the people that you're playing it with, and it's just fun to see people quantify how important or how cute something is to them. So in this game, you're going to get 1 card from 1 to 100. You're going to keep it a secret. Then you're going to draw a topic. Famous people you would like to be. So then you're going to look at your number and think, okay, my 100, I need to come up with somebody that I really want to be. Let's say I'm a huge Superman fan. So I say Superman. I put my 100 down, I move it towards the top. Everybody else gives a clue as to what their number is. And then you get to discuss, and then you're going to reveal these cards from the bottom to the top and hope they are all in ascending order. It's just fun watching people hash these things out like, man, I've only got a 43. That's when it's really difficult.
Some
This is
nuance in
somebody
there.
not
Mhm.
that bad of a superhero, but also not that great of one
Right.
either. Like,
I wish
do
I was
people really
Hawkeye.
know? Do people really know that you actually liked Blank Man when you pick him for your number 32? You know, so
Mm.
it's just a ton of fun learning things about people, and I've played this with so many groups now that have enjoyed it. Spoiler, this might make my September list, and I am now over 50 plays on the year of this game. And yes, it
Dang.
only takes 5 minutes, but I'm playing
Counts.
it like 10, 15 times in a row with each group, and people don't want me to put it away. They're like, the other night I busted Flip 7 out. They're like, no, bring Ito back. I'm like, okay, let's do it. So can't get enough of it. That game is going to make an appearance in my top 100 at the end of the year. I'll tell you that much.
A
I
scale
love
of
it.
0 to 100, Mike. Like, where does it fall?
Well,
Oh, and it's the anti-scale, right? Because if you put it at 100,
That's right.
that
No,
means
it's
like
on
the
a
worst.
5 for me. Like,
Oh, it's
you
like the
didn't
worst.
like it that much? Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
well done. Well done.
Nice.
But then at lower player counts, you can give everybody 2 cards, 3 cards. You can choose your difficulty that way. Tons of different category cards. I'm just having a lot of fun with Ito. Okay, back to Tim for number 4.
All right, so number 4, I'm going to get all my unpubbed games out now. So here's the other unpublished game on my list. This is from Pentree Studios. I know it's still getting play tested and everything, and they're still working some stuff. But I thought Parkeneers was really good, really fun. I'm not always the biggest like roll and ride or flip and right kind of guy, but I feel like this did enough interesting things, different ways you can score, and like the way you're drawing sort of on your, you're filling out your park. You know what I mean? You're shading in those different spots. I thought it was really interesting, and I think that game has a lot of potential. So I look forward to seeing it as it continues to develop. I know he had it at QSCon and was play testing it there, and he was messaging me and saying he was getting some good feedback and some things like that. So that's always cool, right? Like the hipster in me wants to be like, I like that game before everybody else did. Mike, you know how a hipster drinks his coffee?
How?
He drinks it hot because he drinks it before it's cool. All right, Parkeneers was my number 4. It's Bob's turn.
Another prototype that does not yet have a BGG entry, although I do see that the designer Mike Pitry did make a geek list for it. So
there you go.
There is that. So you got some info here about it. Just a fun little sort of amusement park roll and ride. We're trying to make big roller coasters and score points off of them. It was fun.
It's just like a game that like just I feel like it very much sets out to it accomplishes what it sets out to do, right? You know, like I don't think it tries to be anything it's not. I just think it's really good for, right in at that niche right there.
It kind of reminded me of like the combos you might see in like a Fleet the Dice game type of thing. Like you do this, trigger that, and then you get to do this.
Yeah.
Next for some good turns.
Yeah. It was kind of like Cartographers meets Fleet the Dice a little bit, right? Like
a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
Because you had a little area map you're doing too. So.
Yep.
All right. Not bad, Tim. My number 4. Yeah, there you go. You're in the right screenshot like corner for that. So.
Yeah, I am. This is the self-congratulating corner.
Right. Is that what we're calling it? At least it's staying contained over there.
Yeah, that's right. It's always up in this mess.
Yeah. So, anyways, my number 4 is also not published yet, but it's an IP that I absolutely love, and it has the really disturbing art that you would think you would see in a game about this type of IP. But Rolling in Wonderland was great. I really enjoyed this one. I want to play it some more. One time was not enough. They're still, working on some design layout things I think could improve, but that game was a bunch of fun. And so keep an eye for when this comes out. You're rolling dice. Everybody's rolling dice. They're all going up to these spots on the board at the top. Or actually, there's cards up there, and then all the dice are going to go up there. On your turn, you're going to take dice from one of those spots, but you got to take them all. And you only hold so many dice, so you can do a big action by taking a bunch of dice from one spot, but then you're not going to have very many turns going forward. Or you can kind of like slow roll it, right? And only take areas that only have like 1 or 2 dice on there, so you can kind of get more actions, but they're not as strong. And it's just a really neat kind of give and take with that. A little bit of area control. This was really enjoyable though.
This game is excellent. Yeah, I'm hyped for this game.
Yep. Love that you can also compete for points on tracks. The tracks also have abilities on them, which make tracks even more useful. Great pick. This was my number 3. So
Yes.
I'm going to swap it out. I think this game is fantastic. Nice combination of mechanics, really fun art. And if you like Alice in Wonderland games, this is like a no-brainer. Very, very good game. Also, this video is going to come out the same day that this game comes out. So this game should have hit Kickstarter this morning. So if you're watching this, go back it. Check out our preview video. It's a lot of fun.
Tell them the board game rundown sent you.
Yes.
Indeed. Great pick. All right, I'm going to move my 4 up to number 3, and then I'm going to pick a new number 4 so I can talk about something different. I had a feeling that was probably going to happen, but it was just who had it lower gets to talk about it. It happens. All right, let's talk about a game that I've played a few times now since Origins, and I still got to get you guys to play Courtesans. So I got to play this at Grand Con. This was kind of while we were in between stuff. Like, I think this was Friday night after I got there, after we had dinner, and it was like sort of the last game of the night sort of deal. And this is a really basic game to play from Pandasaurus here. So the whole idea is you're going to draw 3 cards into your hand. And then this looks busy, but it's only because you're going to take those 3 cards. One's going to go into your tableau in front of you. One you can put into any other player's tableau, and one you can put into the queen's table at the middle. You can put cards above the queen's table or below the queen's table in their suit color. At the end of the game, whichever side has more cards determines how they score. If there's more at the bottom, every card you have in your tableau scores a negative point. If there's more at the top, every card in your tableau scores a positive point. And if there's a tie, all of those cards score nothing. But there's special ability cards that come into this. You can get assassins that kill a card either at the table, at the queen's table, or maybe somebody really tanked the reds like this here. Like, it's going to be hard to score points off a red. Maybe you play an assassin on yourself and kill one of those cards off, so you're scoring less negative points for them. There's also shields that are out there which cannot be affected by the assassins, and you've even got doublers in here that count for double. It's such a very basic premise, but it just plays so well, and it plays really fast. There's tons of player interaction. You are constantly changing the score, affecting someone else's score, watching what other people are collecting so that you can start to put cards at the bottom of the table on that suit. The player interaction is off the charts, and I just love how nice it looks. It's got a really great kind of table presence. All the card art is really nice. This board is actually a cloth, and even though it never folds flat, it looks nice. But I just I really, really appreciate this game, Courtesans. It just does everything I want out of a game like this. So
right on.
but we got to play this. Tons of interaction, good fun. You can play with a group that lets everybody score, or you can play with a group where like the highest score is 4. It really groups drastically change how this game is going to score, which is also part of the fun. All right, moving on to our number 3.
All right, my number 3 is a game that I played late at night with the Hotlanta crew that came up. I'm talking about Brandon, Saki, and Ginger, and others. But that whole crew is awesome. They come up. I've now hung out with them a couple Gen Cons in a row, and would be really sad if I didn't get to do it every Gen Con, because it is very quick becoming a tradition that I like. Anyways, great crew, super fun. And I went over late at night. Bob was injured. Mike was tired. And I played Feed the Kraken with these guys. And Brandon has like a really nice painted copy too. So it looks excellent. But this is sort of a hidden trader, kind of game. There's a little bit of, it's sort of like a cross between Unfathomable and Secret Hitler. Like, it's really fast. You're voting whether kind of you have confidence in the captain or not, so you can mutiny. But you can only do that so many times, and things like that. And you're trying to guide the ship, one way or another. So if you're a loyal crew member, you're trying to get them to go over to the right side. If you're a pirate, you need them to go over to the left side. And if you're a cultist, you want to sail that ship right into the dang Kraken's mouth. And this game was really swingy, really fun, really wild. I will say, like any game like this, it's group dependent. So if you're playing with a bunch of people that aren't really kind of into it, you're not going to have as good a time. Thankfully, I was playing with a rowdy table of my people. And so, we were just having a great time. Accusations were flying wildly, and just all kinds of shenanigans were going down. And so Feed the Kraken, really good. I know Mike does have a copy of this, right? You got it, right?
Yeah.
And,
he mentioned he was going to play it, and I was going to join in, but Bob's like, I'm going to head back. And I'm like, you know what? That doesn't sound half bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And sorry, guys. I had an awesome time.
I know.
I'm just hoping not to be hurt every Gen Con from here on out.
Yeah, you started a bad tradition. I started a good tradition.
Like, newsflash for you, Bob. We're not getting young.
Yeah, right.
I woke up today and hurt myself.
As the last remaining member to finally hit 45 here. But no, I'm really excited for this game. I cannot wait to play it. I love these kind of games. So very excited.
Yeah, Mike, you'll really like it if you haven't played it yet. We had a great time. And again, we're going to find the right group. Like, we're going to put together a good group. You're going to have a great time. I think Bob would like it even because it's not just social deduction. There's legitimate strategy to it, so, and I think
it looks like there's enough
for
game
Bob
there.
Yeah, I was going to say, not to speak for Bob, it's not just lying. Like, there's actual strategy and timing of things that make sense. And
then you have to like reveal like what side you're on when it's not your turn, right? Is it like one of those kind of games?
Well, you do it right before the final turn.
Okay.
Is when you reveal the side you're on. And then when you realize that you did it too early, you get mad and you storm off. There it is.
It took a minute. Add that to the stories. Oh wait, there's actually a ticker here for this, I think. Let me see if this
Grievous.
I do have the deluxe copy, by the way. It's not painted, but it is a friggin' deluxe copy.
Yeah, no, it's gonna look great, Mike. We'll have a good time, man. All right, Bobby, what do you got for number 3?
So for my number 3, I picked a game. It's not out yet, but we literally played it back to back to back. So 3 times in a row we played this game. And anytime you can play a game that much, and it's not like a 10-15 minute game, right? It takes a little bit longer than that to play. It's worthy of talking about. But Twinkle Twinkle.
Yeah.
It is a very beautiful game. By friend of the show, Ammon Anderson.
I think I played this in September and not August. So you may hear me talk about it on the next
August
one.
Plays. So, but yeah, like this was. What?
We all played it in August.
Yep.
Oh, it was August?
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, All Play scooping this up was super smart. I think it fits their catalog really well. And it's a fun tile laying game. You get to see like what tiles are coming out, so you know kind of where you want to go in the market. So because that where you go in the market's going to determine when you get to pick next turn. And you're trying to just create big stars, and there's different like rules and caveats for different components, like satellites or black holes or UFOs, and then those all changed game to game. So a lot of replayability there. But yeah, this was really good.
We have a video up on this game. We all thoroughly enjoyed it. This game is excellent.
Yep.
Well, I'm not going to change all my picks. I'm just going to talk about this more later.
Okay. Yeah, hell yeah, man.
It's amazing.
That's why I told before Mike, I pick all the good games, and Mike's just like, well, crap, now I got to change that too.
Yeah, that's really good. I figured somebody was going to take it, but I'm not coming off.
Mike, don't worry. I've got one on my list that I don't care if it pops up on anybody else's list. I'm talking about it. So
there's like I knew there were several here that there was going to be some crossover on. So, all right, let's talk about a Gen Con release that I felt like was not really hyped up prior to Gen Con. I haven't really heard about it, a lot of people talking about it since Gen Con. So I'm already going to call this game very underrated. And we're talking about Ofrenda. I was really impressed by this game because, first of all, I like games that have unique, interesting themes. How about Dia de Muertos, the Mexican Day of the Dead? You are literally decorating your wall that you've got pictures of your deceased relatives on. So how are we going to do that? You are going to start with a hand of cards. And then you are going to, if I can find where you draw the cards from, that's always the fun part is finding.
Well, isn't that it right there? That's a bit of it.
Yeah, that's like part of it. There's 4 cards out there. You got 3 in your hand. You can pick the first one for free, but each one after that will cost you an additional marigold. So there's an economy to being able to have flexibility in the cards you want to choose. Draft that card. Now take one of those cards in your hand and play it out in front of you into your Ofrenda. They start off on the black and white side until you accomplish the requirements of that card in the corner. This one wants to have
2 or more
green cards.
Well, I think the little starburst icons on them, right? And then so if you look at the one dude's got she's got like 2 squares around. She's like a star. Yeah, so
these are all on their colored side, which doesn't show the icons.
It does. So the lady with the skull at the bottom, she has skull icon up top, which has that. Not
there
that
we
one.
Go.
Next to her, not that one.
Yep,
that one. Yep.
There it is. So you've got different icons, different colors, different things showing on these cards, and you need to surround these cards with those types of cards, more pictures that have that stuff on it. As soon as you do that, you flip them over to their colored side, which means they are going to score points for you at the end of the game. But when you do that, you can also slot these like candles in there, which give you bonus points based on the number of these cards that you're able to score. And really what's happening here is it's such a simple rule set. Just draft 1 card and then play 1 card anywhere in your Ofrenda. And then if it meets the requirements, flip it, then add a candle and add a marigold if you want. But the multiple layers of puzzle that you are doing just for that is mind-boggling at first. It is crunch per rule ratio. It is extremely high on the chart for this game. I think the only person I had really heard talking about this game prior was Andrew Stiles, and then we played it with Julia and Patrick, and it did not disappoint. I was just so impressed with how simple it was to learn and play, but then scoring well in this game, not easy. You really have to juggle a lot of things at once to play this well, and I really appreciated that.
Did you get the expansion for this, Ofrenda, where you decorate the walls with the parts of your deceased relatives instead of their pictures?
I did not.
Just pictures is boring. Come on, you need like arms and.
I guess.
And
A
Trails.
serious memento. Hey, there's
Yeah,
that board.
yeah, there it is. That's the one
Looks
that
like
you're
a
drafting
board.
the cards from, and you add the mirror golds if you want to pick further from the
Right.
left here. But it's just really clever. It looks great. It's a unique theme. I still haven't heard a lot of people talking about this, and I just want to give it love. I need to pick this game up. I have to play this again.
It was super. It was kind of brain burning. There were so many layers of this puzzle I was trying to unlock and trying to optimize, and I was just like,
Yeah. Take a card, place it in your ofrenda. But
Yeah.
that just trying to balance all the icons and where you want to put stuff around it is
appease all the cards. Yeah.
so good. So good.
All right.
Okay, back to Tim. Are we on to number 2 already? Yes, we are.
All right, boys. Number 2 was one of the loudest, rowdiest games that I played at Gen Con, and I played it a bunch, and I taught new people. I played it with people I've played before. The board got signed by a bunch of new names, including yours truly. And I'm talking about Tumbling Dice. We had the Rossi chant going, even though the Rossis were nowhere to be seen.
They heard it.
They heard it. They felt it. Ooh, thank you, Mike. And again, Brandon and Saki, like and Ginger, like embraced the chaos that is Tumbling Dice. We played this a bunch. Played it with even strangers that stopped and were like, "What is this game?" And then we're like, "Okay, what you want to play?" So it just encompasses everything I love about playing board games at conventions, or meetups and gatherings and stuff. Is playing games with new people I don't know, or playing games that I absolutely love. With people that I'm friends with, but maybe they've never played it, right? So you get to share in that. And then when you see them get all excited and have just as much fun. So in Tumbling Dice, you're going to just take turns flicking dice down that wooden board. You're trying to get them to land on the correct scoring spots. And if you're going to tally up the points, and then after 4 rounds, you got to win. Or my board is hilariously misprinted. So, we just kind of ran with it.
Now it's a legacy version.
Now it's a legacy version. And I'm not above buying a new one once that one's filled up, and then like maybe gluing it together and like sticking it somewhere. You know what I mean? Like as a display piece. But yeah, man, I love Tumbling Dice, and I'm so glad that I found it, and that Brandon and Nikki suggested it at QSCon last year. And yeah, just love this stupid game. It's just fun. That's all it is. Just fun.
It is a ton of fun, and honestly, it could probably have made my list many times. But also, as is tradition, I'm just letting Tim have it every time.
Thank you.
I'm gonna talk about it as my number 5 next time, so he can't talk about it.
I talk about some games you just can't get bumped. Like that's just the rule.
That's true.
All right, my number 2 is a 2-player game that I enjoyed so much. I got myself a copy. It finally came in the mail a couple of days ago. But Tag Team back again. This was a bunch of fun. So there's just a stack of characters, and you're going to choose 2 of them to be like on your team. They each have a starting card and then a deck of cards that go with them. You're going to shuffle those decks together. And you're going to take the 2 starting cards. You're going to choose one to put on top, one to put on bottom. You're going to put them face down, and then you're going to flip one over simultaneously with your opponent. And then those 2 characters are basically fighting each other. Flip over the next card. They're going to fight each other. When that is done, you're going to draw 3 cards off that deck. You're going to choose one, put the other 2 on the bottom, and you're going to take that 1 card, and you have to leave those other 2 cards in the same order they were, but you can just slot that card wherever you want, top, middle, bottom, anywhere you want. But then flip that deck back down. And you're going to flip them over and roll them off again, versus each other. And then after each round, you keep adding cards to your deck, and you get to pick where that new card is going to go. But that other order never changes. And so you're kind of like trying to, guess what your opponent's going to do with their cards. Oh, that big attack. I got to put this block in there. That was like the 3rd card they did. So I'll put that shield as a 3rd card. Or is he going to put another card at the top and make it his 4th card? Like, yeah, just that whole gamesmanship back and forth is a good time. Scorpion Mask of their 2-player games, right?
Dude, this game's legit. This game was legit good.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, you did a good job.
Those characters, huh?
Mike did a good job of like tracking this down and making sure it got played. Like this was a good one, Mike.
Yeah, this is my number 2, and I'm not going to change it. This game's really good. I actually think it was Giuliano that talked this up the most during our Gen Con preview, and I didn't know anything about it. I don't think any of us really did, and he had already played it. And I'm like, all right, I'll just blind buy this based on Mike's recommendation, and it has not disappointed. I just want to play it more. And there's so much expansion potential here. You could throw so many different character types into this. I mean, there's 12 in this. Get ready next Gen Con, probably for another box of 12.
6 to 12.
If they don't,
Seriously.
it is a damn shame. That's all I'm gonna say. If they don't have expansions for this within the next year, it's a shame.
Because we haven't played it enough to get to that point, but after we kind of know the characters, and then like picking characters that will synergize with each other is going to like unlock a whole new level of fun to this game.
Yeah.
We do have a review of this, and it just needs to get published. I don't like my teach, and that's the only reason I haven't edited this and put it out. So I'm either just going to put it out as is, even with my crummy teach, or I'll fix my teach, but we'll get that video out soon enough. But this game is fantastic. Scorpion Mask strikes again.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. That brings us to our number 1.
Yes, it does. That was one I was not going to move, no matter what. So back to Tim for number 1.
Speaking of games that weren't going to get moved, no matter what, this was my number 1 with a bullet from outer space. This was my favorite game from Gen Con by a million miles. And this game probably will also shoot. I mean, it's definitely shooting into the top 50. How far? Its meteoric rise is yet to be seen, but good God, is Lightspeed Battle Arena so good. I love this game. Lightspeed Arena was a hidden gem. I think more people need to know about this game. I heard about it because of Parker, the designer of Trash Dash, and when Parker was on the show, he talked about it. And so I pre-ordered a copy, picked it up at Gen Con, and then played it with Brandon and Saki, and we're like, holy crap, this game is nuts. And then I had to force Bob to play with our friend Chris after we had finished our Age of Atlantis game. And then Bob's like, okay, what booth did you get this at? And then later that night, we played it with Mike at the BA Games, like sort of event that they had. And then Mike's like, holy crap. And I just, since I'm here, I'm just going to do this because it's like, come on, guys. Sometimes you got to listen to your old buddy, Tim. I know I'm loud and
Blind Squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, right?
That's it, man. But I found the golden acorn on this one, man. This game is really good. You can get a couple expansions for it. I would love to see more. But this game's a blast. This game is an absolute blast, pun intended. And so easy to play. It's so fast. It's really quick to teach. I don't think I quite got like 50 plays in this, but I got a lot of plays in this game. Just just in August
I got
alone.
Quite a few plays in this one.
Again, great convention game, great meetup game, and also just a fun ass game to play. Even if there's like 3 of you and you're waiting on your 4th or 5th player to show up for game night. I mean, like, this game's good. It's really good. It's really fun, and it's silly. So Lightspeed Arena from me, from Ares Games.
Yeah, kind of just save that one for you. Could have made my top 5 for sure. I got to get my copy played. I haven't played my copy yet.
Oh, darn. We'll have to play again.
Great pick.
Interesting.
All right, Hoop.
All right. That's going to take me to my number 1. So if you've been watching Whiskey Wednesday at all, we talked a lot about trick takers. I've been playing trick takers since I could hold a deck of cards. I play all shapes and sizes. But once you take the cards away and you replace those cards with dice, and you follow a very similar format to a game I've been playing since my preteen years, you get mythical dice. And that game is rapidly becoming, yeah, one of my favorite trick takers. I just love that you're drawing them out of a bag, so that's how you're getting dealt your cards. They're behind a screen, so nobody knows what you've been dealt. But almost cat in the box ish. You don't know what you have until you reveal it, and you see what it is, and you roll the die. You see what you got, and try to be the highest number, and it's great. So if you haven't played it, check it out. Mythical Dice is fantastic.
I own it. Haven't played it yet. Can't wait to actually play anyone's copy.
Yeah, and you ended up going back to the Hachette booth, and they sold you the demo copy.
They did.
Yeah, that's how bad it sold out they were.
I did have one play of this last month, but it's I've just been talking about this one a lot because I love it as well. So I left it off. Yeah, it's great. Okay, well, I guess we come back to my number one. I already hinted at this. So it's no surprise, but Twinkle Twinkle is my number one. Not only did we play this like 3 times in one day before we reviewed it, along with the expansion content, I have been playing this on BGA ever since. I have gotten back on Board Game Arena, and with bowling season during League, when it's not my turn to roll, I like going back to my seat and making BGA moves. So
nice.
If anybody wants to get back, get Mike at the table on some BGA, I've been playing. But the Twinkle Twinkle implementation on there is excellent. It's really good, and I just love that I can play this game. It's super fast anyway, but now I'm just playing it even more and even quicker. It's got at least a base game, and the ability with even the base game has a lot of replayability because there's 2 different sides to all of the different scoring goals here. The comets, asteroids, all of them can flip over to a blue side that have a totally different way of scoring, and that totally changes how you strategize and play the game. I mean, you're kind of always going to sort of play stars the same way, but everything else just completely changes just by flipping those over to the other side. But then you add in the expansion, which adds a whole new set of things that can score differently. I really like the puzzle that this game gives you and how you're trying to maximize your score and get these constellations to line up, but you don't want more than 8 in a constellation, and you want multiple constellations that have 2 or more, and you want your comets next to your planets. There's so much good stuff that this game has. And again, crunch per rule, very light, lots to think about just by placing a tile. The last thing I love about this one is that when you select, if you're this little green guy here, if you pick this tile here, that means you're going to go last the next turn. So which tile you choose also determines what order you go in the next round. And that's also very, very clever.
Super smart.
And
great
you
pick.
Have knowledge of what comes out the next round. It's just so good, so simple, but very, very good. That's it. That's August plays.
Man, that was I mean, obviously it should be a fantastic month with 2 conventions, mixed in there.
There were a lot of plays.
But I mean, I don't know, man. So this might be one of my favorite years for gaming right now. Like I have just really encountered some games that I am like legit passionate about and have just been having a great time with. So just something to, I don't know, that I can't stop thinking about, like how good, some of these games I've played this year have been. So
I think it's kind of interesting because I know there's several of them that didn't come out this year, for example, like Age of Atlantis, for example.
Yeah. I mean, that's sort of like, that's how you get away from sort of that cult of the new thing, right? As you, you have that kind of, you give older games a chance, and then it can kind of take over, like, like I didn't know about this. And some of them are more obvious, and some of them, like Age of Atlantis, like not a ton of people know about, but it seems like the people that do know about it are big, are fans of it. But yeah, man, I guess that's also part of the joy of getting to do what we do, where it's like, hey, we're going to shine a light on games that you haven't heard of, but maybe should have. So.
Indeed.
Yep.
Well,
Cool
that
beans.
is it. We
Yeah.
do not typically do honorable mentions for these. We keep it nice and tight. So
let's go.
Like a tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry for the delay on this one, guys. Thank you for bearing with us. Our September plays will be out a lot sooner. And we're going to keep coming out with great stuff. Keep an eye out for lots of changes. Good ones, I think, that are continuing to come down the pipe. So be ready for that. You boys got anything else before we sign off?
No, make sure you're watching us basically in this format here, but a little bit slightly different positioning on our Whiskey Wednesdays, live every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, where the whiskey is optional, but attendance is mandatory.
Absolutely. Also follow us on all those socials and Twitch. We even stream on Twitch when we do that live stream.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I wanted to say it like that. I didn't. So thank you for doing it. But anyways, and everybody give Mike a shout out for doing the editing on our videos now. And so all complaints send his way. But no,
I've only got 2 minor gaffes so far. One you caught, the other one you didn't, but it's so minor, I don't think it affects the video at all.
That's all right.
I mean, I caught it, but I just haven't said anything about it.
We'll find out as soon as I hit end record.
No shit. Oh, damn it. All right, guys. Well, y'all have a great night. This has been awesome. Thank you, everybody, for watching. For the Board Game Rundown, I've been Tim.
Bob.
I was Mike.
We'll see you next time. Keep playing games.
Do you like to party?
I do like to party.
I also like to party.
I like to party.
A 7.3.
This is a great party.
Repeating.
We should party more often.
Heating.
I do like to party.
Okay.
I also like to party. I also like to party.
I like to party. I like to party.
We should party more often.
Okay.
This is a great party.
Okay.